got here. It's a little after, it's almost 10:30 actually. And I'm gonna go get my stick set, get my camera arm set, everything preset for the morning so that I have a smooth entrance into the woods in the morning. Saw on trail camera on the way up here tonight, there was a couple of little bucks moving into the bedding area off to the right as we go out the house, and hopefully that's a good sign that there's a hot doe in the area and brings one of the big boys through tomorrow. It's the last weekend here. It's my last time ever hunting this piece of property. I want to kill the biggest buck that I can. I can kill does back home. I can kill does back in southwest Missouri. That's not an issue. I want to kill one of the biggest boys out here. I'm not going to settle for anything less, and that's what this hunt this weekend is all about. We're going to finish hunting here. We're going to finish this property with the biggest bucks that's ever been killed. So I hope you'll stick around and watch the rest of the video, because I'm excited, I'm nervous, I'm sad. It's an emotional thing to give up this property, to give up this house. So I hope to cap off this era with the biggest buck and the best memory. Good morning, everybody. It's going on 5:30, and I am getting dressed, getting ready to walk out and head down to my platform, or Madison's platform. Once again, Madison, thank you for letting me use that this weekend. But I'm on my way down. My trail cameras have been going off with a bunch of does this morning. So I take that as a good sign. Maybe one of those does will be hot and bring in one of those big boys like we're looking for. But due to them being in the area, I'm not gonna film on my way down. I'm going to try to be as quiet as possible. I don't have super far to go, but still far enough where if something goes wrong, I might blow the whole hunt. And so I just want to take every precaution and get in there and see what shows up. Alright guys, it is a little after 10:30, and so I'm warming up a little bit. It was in the low teens this morning when I came out here a little bit before 6 o'clock. I saw that nice. He was a little 2 to 3 year old buck, and a few years ago, I probably would have shot him. Last year, I probably would have shot him. But we've got big boys on camera, and so I'm not quite ready to pull the trigger on this weekend. I only have one rifle tag, and so I want to make it count on one of those big guys. Plus, it's my last weekend. It's my last weekend, last opportunity to hunt, and so I don't want to end it on a little guy that I could kill back home. I want one of these big boys, and I've got tonight, and I've got all day tomorrow too. So plenty of opportunity to tag one of the big boys if if they get away from a doe, if they're locked up with a doe, or if if they're still on the prowl. So, like I'd mentioned before I came out here, there were does that were moving through this area this morning before I came out, and so I don't know if that's what that little guy was after, but I think I'm gonna name him Lucky, because he's lucky that I know there's bigger bucks in here, and he's lucky that I only have one tag. So anyways, stick around. I'm gonna go inside, warm up, and help my parents with a little bit of their moving and packing that they still have to get prepared, and then I'll be back out in the afternoon. So we'll see you then. All right, guys, this is it. This is the Sunday night hunt. This is my last hunt ever at my parents' place. See what shows up. Nothing showed up this morning, just those, as far as what I could tell, the does that were down at the bottom, and then nothing last night. Wind is a little different than last night. It's blowing southwest to northeast, so that's a little different, but it's not too big of a shift. I can take a doe back home. I really want a buck. At this point, it's anything with antlers. Obviously, I'm not going to shoot a little 4-point or whatever, even though that is legal in this county, so I might, if I get the opportunity to put it on film. I want to give you guys good content, and I also want to kill one of those monster bucks that are out here, but I think at this point they are locked down with a doe, probably deeper in the conservation area than coming out. I did see a couple on film or on camera where they were with a doe and following the doe around, so I don't know if he was just had her locked down and was breeding her or what. We're gonna see what happens to that. I'm not feeling super hot right now. Just that comes with being in really cold weather for the last couple days, and freezing and shaking and everything else, but we're gonna gut this out and try to put something on the ground. The Sunday evening hunt was extremely uneventful. I did not see anything from the time I got out there at 2 o'clock all the way up until about 5 minutes left in legal light. And that's where things picked up and the deer started showing up.
All right, we got Shawn here and Joseph with the weekend hunter. Shawn shot him a buck. Not sure how big he is yet. We are going to see the first look. It's like a wedding, you know? Going to see your bride for the first time. Got the four-wheeler again. Big help. There we go. Good job, Shawn.
Yeah, that's Lucky. That's the one from yesterday, from Saturday morning. Looks like his luck ran out.
I was gonna say, he ain't very lucky today.
Yeah, he's not a monster like the other ones that were with him, but I'm just... Hey guys, we got it done at the very end of Legal Light. This was that same buck from Saturday morning that I named Lucky, and this time his luck ran out. I was ready to call it quits, frustrated, hadn't seen anything. My trail camera was going off. The does were down at the bottom of the creek, and but I didn't have anything showing up for me. And the next thing I know, I look over and I have this doe. She's walking right in under me. She looked at me, did not care. And of course, my phone, my camera, everything, you couldn't see anything for footage wise. And she comes right in and she has no care in the world. And I look up behind her and there is, I think it was Pitchfork. It was either Pitchfork or it was the big guy that we were calling Batista, just how big he was neck wise and everything else. And I reach over to grab my gun. That big buck takes off and he kind of goes around the bottom of the hill. And so the doe's still hanging around by me, and I thought I had a good chance as long as she was still there. And next thing I know, this guy comes charging up hard up the hill between a couple of rocks, just grunting. He is all fired up. And I look over and the other big buck was going to try to intercept him, and he saw me move, I guess, and so he kind of turned and went back. But this little guy, he did not care one bit, and he stood there at about 15 yards, almost the exact same spot where he stopped and looked at me yesterday morning. And so I was like, well, if I'm not going to get the big guy, I'm running out of daylight, I'm gonna take this shot. And 15 yards, open sight, right here, went high in on the lung and blew out. And I can't show you all the blood due to YouTube's censorship stuff, but he stood by this tree behind me, and there was blood squirting everywhere. There's blood all over behind me, and so he just went down. He maybe went 10, 15 yards and just dropped. So absolutely great way to cap off the end of an era of this house. Yeah, it's not the big boy, but Jared, Joe, Madison, and me have all killed deer here this year. What was that, 3 weeks in a row with deer kills? The only thing that would have been made it better is if we could have gotten Gabe a deer, but you know, I will take it. Great way to end rifle season, great way to end my time with this house. More history, another buck, and now the work really begins. Yep, the best thrower in the West.
Probably pull that branch off.
Winch it. Use the winch.
No, use the winch at the end.
Yeah, all right, just. I don't know what that rope is weighted for. Worry about it. Final chapter at a great location. Got a dead deer. Couldn't ask for anything better. It's a dead deer and great friends.
Cheers, pal.
Cheers. Thanks for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and share. And let's work our way to 250 subscribers. So if you get one of these guys, you'll have an opportunity to get a free European mount done by Daryl at B&D's Custom Mounts. So make sure to check them out. Thanks for watching today's video, and we'll see you next week.